Yeah, I think I'm there. Okay, I will look myself up so I can see you guys. Let me check. There we go. I hope I'm visible. There we go. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Hello. Good evening or good afternoon or maybe good morning, depending on where you are. Here in the Netherlands it's evening and it's quite dark already outside. Very, very dark. Hello. Yeah, here I am again. It's my 4th live this week. So it's an overkill. People won't watch anymore now, I think. They've seen me and heard me too much. Goedenavond, good evening. Yeah, and this time I'm going to make something completely different. I'm going to combine 3 collections. One is the Into the Woods collection from the Art Journal Specials. 2 is the Planner Essentials Halloween collection. And 3, that's the farm collection. I don't have much from the farm collection. Hello, hi. But I do have the farm in itself. So I thought it would be fun to make a haunted farm. It's almost Halloween. Why not? So I have been busy today. I have been die cutting a lot. Let's see what it will be, because I did not practice yet. I did not have time to practice. But I will make something of it, you know. I'm going to work in the planner. So I already cut 2 of the very simple planner pages. And I'm going to make a double page. I thought that would be fun. And why a double page? Because, well, the farm does fit almost, but I had so many ideas. I'm going to create a double page. Why not? So that's what I'm going to do. First of all, of course, don't forget to like, comment and share this video in order to, well, you might win a gift certificate. You never know. Oh, I see that it says here already. Yeah, it's the same. you might win a $50 or euro gift certificate if you like, share and comment on this video. So that's that. Let's start. I'm going to work in my new planner. Maybe it's fun to show. I've made more pages. These are done with the Halloween collection from the Planner Essentials. This one as well. And this one too. I just love working with it. And I thought, well, I can combine it as well with other collections. So I will do that today. I don't have much room around me, so I will try to work around it. Okay, that's that. I'm going to start somewhere. I die cutted this one, the farm, on wood paper. Why? Well, I thought it would be okay. I can do that with mixed media as well, but I thought, well, I have this paper laying around, so why not use it? I'm going to make a double page like this. And I'm going to cut the farm in half when I'm ready. Like that. Right in the middle. So it really will be 2 different pages which belong together. I have a lot of stuff here. Let's see what I've got. Of course, I'm going to assemble the farm. It's quite sticky. I have this one. I'm going to cut this apart as well to use it. I thought this was fun. I love the pumpkins. I have the witch, and what I have from the Into the Wood collections are these. I thought they would fit just fine on a bit of a Halloween or spooky page, because I think it's a bit spooky. And this one as well. fits perfect. There we go. Oh, I can't see you anymore. I don't know why I can't see you anymore, but I can't see you anymore. Okay, I will try. I hope my computer works with me, and we'll come back later. Let's start by assembling the farm. Step 1. I just die cutted all the die cuts. The handles from the door. I have the windows. Smaller ones and bigger ones. Do I have everything? I think so. I think I have everything. Where's my glue? And I'm just going to start. This is not spooky yet, is it? And of course there will be mixed media. Whenever I go live, I do a lot of mixed media things, techniques. Well, this is quite simple. Just glue on what's die cutted. There we go. I can't read your comments anymore. Facebook is being strange. I don't know why. But I hope you can still see me. As far as I can see, I'm still visible. I know there are a lot of problems with lives at the moment. Did not happen to me yet, fortunately. It's a good thing. Well, this is easy, right? This is just assembling the farm. I'm going to do more to the farm later on. But for now, it's just gluing everything together. I did not die cut the roof. There is a separate roof that can go up there. I did not die cut the roof because I'm going to do something else with it. Am I still visible? Can somebody type something for me? Because I don't know if I'm live. I'm losing a lot of people and I don't know why. Huh. Okay, I hope I'm still visible. I will just do my thing and hope everything is okay. The door handles. I normally lose those things when I die cut them. They're so small and I can't find them on my workspace anymore, but now I have them both. Oh, work with me. There we go. That's one. We might do more windows. It's not really necessary because there will be more on there. We can do it. Shall we do it? We can do that. Fine. I completely lost the comments, so if you can still hear and see me, I'm not responding because I can't read the comments anymore. It's completely stopped. It's not, I'm not being rude. I can't read the comments. There we go. That's the farm or barn or whatever you want to call it. In Dutch we say schuur, which is quite hard pronouncement. Schuur. But that's how we call it, schuur. So that's step 1. Step 2, mixed media. I will just put this here, there, out of the way. With the Into the Woods collection comes this stencil. Can you see it? I don't have a dark paper here, I think. Maybe it's better if you see it like this. It's also a bit, yeah, not spooky, but I think it's quite appropriate for this page. Where's my craft sheet? Here. I'm doing this because this is not a mixed media background, so I will need my craft sheet for this. And I'm going to do this on both pages with a palette knife and simple white modeling paste. It's just white modeling paste, it's nothing fancy. Let me see if I can read. For the barn you can use the wood paper. It comes with a paper flower collection. Oh, I can see why. I'm going to cancel the fixed comment. I don't know who is behind Anna or someone else. Otherwise I can't read the comments. I'm going to remove the fixed comment. I know that everybody knows that you can like, share and comment the video, and then you might win a gift certificate. Yeah, that's better. Now I can see you again. Working with stencils is one of my favorite things to do. And I don't want to cover the whole page because I'm going to make a moon right here. And in order to, where is my circle stencil? I have a circle stencil which is not from Elizabeth Craft Designs, but I have to use it for the moon, otherwise I can't make a good moon. And I have to see how big the moon is. There we go. You can make a moon with a paper circle or just what you have. The moon will be about here. The barn will be here. So I only have small space on this one. But that's okay. That's enough. Loving the stencils. That's one. I have a bit more space on the other sides. It's always fun to add a bit of texture to your page, and a stencil is a great way of doing that. And it's quite simple to do. Look, how wonderful. I'm not quite satisfied with this one, and I will add a bit later, but I have to dry it first. Where's my heat tool? I always use a heat tool because I'm very impatient. I can't wait for hours and hours. Yeah, you can also bringing Joep's mother to the airport, so that's why I am filling in for Els today. Hello, Brooklyn, Ontario. Ontario, how do you pronounce it? In Dutch we would say Ontario, but I'm sure you pronounce it Ontario or something like that. And I have to dry this very well because I'm going to work on it with something else. And if you do make a fall project, this week, and I think it runs until the 19th of October. If you make a fall project and you place your project in the Elizabeth Craft Designs family group with the hashtag share your fall, you might win a gift certificate too. And Elizabeth Craft Designs at the moment has a lot of very nice and cute items for fall, so it won't be very hard to make a fall project with all they have. Okay, yeah, thank you, Val. Yeah, I thought so. English is not my first language, right? So we have the Dutch. But the Dutch, not a good thing. And they say Dutch is a very difficult language, and I understand, because we have a very difficult grammar in our language. But all the Dutch get taught English in school, and we hear it on television every day. And my children hear it on YouTube or whatever every day as well. So we are quite accustomed to English here in the Netherlands. And most people do speak English. So it's very easy for people abroad to come here or visit or work here. Or I have worked in Amsterdam, and I've worked with a lot of people from everywhere. And oh, now I have to figure out how. I just want a bit more. Let me see, how did I do this? I did this the other way around? No. Well, I'm just going to do something. Yeah, that's what we always say, Phil. Well, at least we try, you know, in our country. At least we try. It might not be perfect, true, but at least we try. This is better. I'm going to make a noise again, I'm sorry. Is it possible to add watercolor paints to texture paste? Yes, you can, but it's not as high pigmented like a pigment powder. There are a lot of pigment powders in the market as well. You can also use a bit of acrylic paint and add it to your modeling paste. So pigment powders, acrylic paint, things like that. Watercolor, yes, it can be done, but the pigment won't be that high to do that. Okay, I'm sorry about the noise. Hello, Florida. Oh, thank you, Belinda. That's very sweet of you to say. Yeah, I am more of a mixed media girl, so if I'm live, you always see a lot of dirty hands, my dirty hands, because I never have clean hands when I craft. There we go. I hope this is enough. I don't know if I think it's for fall products. Products like the ones I have here, the Into the Woods collection. This is also Into the Woods collection. You can combine it with the Halloween, but I think it's really the fall items in order to win. Who has been to Holland? Oh, Phil has been to Holland. Yeah, you have been here. Yeah, you know, our little, small, very small country. Somebody said distress crayons. Yeah, that works too. It's not that vibrant of a color, but yes, it works. Oh, it's still a bit wet, and I have to have it dry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm making a lot of noise today. But this has to be dry, otherwise I can't do the next step. Drier now, because I am going to work with distress crayons. That's funny. Somebody just said distress crayons. I am going to color my background with the distress crayons. I'm first going to make a moon, and I want to make a moon for the witch. The witch is going to fly here, and I want the moon to be there. So I'm going to start with a circle. You can use anything for a circle. You have those rulers with circles, you can use that. I have this as acetate with a circle in it. It's not something fancy or something, it's just a circle. That's what I'm going to use for my moon. Like that. Step 1. I'm going to use distress crayons, and I'm going to use distress inks. Why? Because they give a great effect on backgrounds like these. Where is my black one? Here we go. Yeah, that's what I'm going to use today. And my dabber. No, well, the Craftsmat can handle the heat tool, Belinda, they can. Yeah, Halloween works very well in fall. Yeah, I'm combining it today. I'm combining the farm or the barn or whatever you want with the Into the Woods and the Halloween. Yeah, why not? I'm going to use the grayish, the pumice stone, to make a moon. I have done this once before and it kind of worked, so I'm trying again. And you won't see it very clear at the moment, but you will when the page is ready. And of course the moon shouldn't be that dark, I think. So that's step 1. Then I have my other circle. You can also use a die-cutted circle or something like that for this. I'm going to place it over my moon. Yeah, just something about this. And I'm going to use the black suit and the crayons. I think I might use the crayons first for the rest of the page. Let's see. I think I need this one. Yeah, I think it's a makeup brush too, but they sell them for a very high price just for the blending. Don't know why. I'm going to use the gray and the black. I'm going to start with the gray. I'm going to make my page a bit wet. And let's see where this takes us. And I'm afraid my modeling paste is still a bit wet. Uh-oh. Why are you not working with me? And now it's a matter of coloring your page. I'm not happy with the circle or the stripe. And I'm starting with a lighter color. And I'm going to use the black as well. I don't know why it's not blending that well. I do have watercolor paper here. So yeah, I might have to change 2 or 3 things later on, but for now we'll do it like this. I have done this before, so it should work. At all. Okay, of course, when I'm going live, something will go wrong. That's okay. That's also mixed media, you can fix it again. I will dry it. I have the baby wipes right here. I can't do that, I can't read. Yeah, dankjewel. My son is standing next to me with a sweet bit of candy, but I can't eat right now, can I? I'm going to make a bit of a change in a minute. Yeah, I have the baby wipes right here, and that's going to be the next step, but I usually do it with my fingers, and it usually turns out great. Not now, but it usually does. I think I can work with it. Okay, I will do this. Where is my other dabber here? And I am going to use the black suit to do distress ink. And it doesn't have to be perfect at all. Not at all. And I just want to have a bit of a distress look on my page. Look, that's better. That's better. Yeah, the new Mika crayons. They are not in the Netherlands yet, I heard. Maybe later this or somewhere in the coming week. But I'm sure I will buy some. I love them. There we go. Don't want to hurt the moon. I hate it when it doesn't work the way I want to. I'm horrible. Yeah. Oh, that's fine, to look back later. Yeah, this is going to be such a fun project. It really is. Like, it's just for fun, you know. It's like an art journal. You do that for just to relax, and yeah, well, you know, you do that for you. But you can also make a card of it and wish somebody happy Halloween. We don't really have Halloween here in the Netherlands. It is going, yeah, you just hear it a lot more often. We don't have the trick or treat. We used to not have the trick or treats, but I know a lot of, yeah, like villages are doing it now. We do have the 11th of November, which is something completely different. We call it Sint Maarten. And even that is different all over the Netherlands. Everybody does that in a different way. So, well, we do have more and more Halloween here. Where is my... Oh, I love those acetate. You never can find them. Do this all over again. Yeah, these work for Halloween. I think they're great for... There we go. Yeah. I do want to define the moon a bit more. Where is the other circle? You can't see them, can you? It's wet. Yeah, I think it will do. Yes, to do. Well, I said Tim Top. I just said you see it more and more, but it's quite local. We do have not a village, but like a part of our city which has a Brandeween, and there's a Halloween in Brandenvoort, and I used to put makeup on the people, you know. I can do that. Schminken, we call it in Dutch. I don't know what it is in English. And yeah, this works. This works. Good. Other sides. On the other side, we need to do the same, about the same. I will start with the black suit now. So yeah, you see it more and more. Witch Town, Salem, yeah. Yeah, the circles are just an acetate circle. You can cut them. But you can use paper as well. You just need a circle die. And you have a positive and a negative, or a negative and a positive, and you can make a moon. I have it from acetate, but you can make one from cardboard, for example. And I will work with the gray as well. Yeah, I don't know where. Salem. Yeah, I can imagine there are loads and loads of celebrations there. I don't know how Halloween started, I must say. Or where it started. Scottish, it might be. It does sound a bit like Scottish, or there we go. Bit different, but that's okay. So, well, I think my background is almost ready. Almost ready. And my hands are getting dirtier and dirtier, but that's okay. So, what's the plan? I'm going to cut my farm in half. Yeah, you can cut acetate with the big shots, and just if you have a circle die, you can make one just like mine. You can also make one from cardboard, no problem. I'm going to cut it in half. It's going to be here. I'm going to add something to the farm later on. But for now, I think it's more important to just cut it into, where are my scissors? Hallows Eve, yeah. And it does sound like a Celtic thing, I must say. There we go. Yeah, now I have half a bunch. One here and one here. And I'm thinking what my initial idea was to place something behind the window, like a peekaboo. You see? But I have the holes here, and I have to cut an extra 2 holes in here later on. So I think I'm just going to glue it down this time and not put anything behind it. I think that will be better. I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay. The stencil set, this one is from the Into the Woods stencils. Where is my, oh, my stencil is in the water. But they have, it's a set of 4 stencils. The one here, this one. And I think I have the other ones here as well. But I have to be careful. Otherwise I'm mixing up stencils you are not allowed to see yet. I think it's these 4. It's a set of stencils. But I thought this one would be appropriate for this page. There we go. I want the scarecrow to be on the page here. I want the spider web, I think you call it, on the barn. So I'm going to cut this. Where are my scissors? Here they are. You know, Belinda, I'm not allowed to show you. You have to wait a few weeks. But I can tell you some very, 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 very nice things are coming. I think I'm allowed to say that, right? I'm going to cut this because I just want the scarecrow. Okay. I hope Esther won't get mad that I'm cutting everything up. But that's a bit of artistic freedom, right? I'm just going to use it in a different way. Okay. You won't tell him. Yeah, I think they will get very angry with me if I show you. But it will be very, very nice. The scarecrow is coming here. It's not a very realistic page, right? It's a fantasy page. But I think you understood already. I want the spider web on the barn one way or the other. I want the scarecrow on there. I want some kind of, and I'm going to glue this down. I think it will be something like this, and I will cut that off. Yeah, I think that will be perfect here. I'm going to emboss it as well. This one I'm not going to emboss. And let's see, what do we have? What do we have here? I have the graves. I can color them with distress inks as well. I can put them here partially like that and cut them off. I have, where is my squirrel here? I can make her, because I think it's a her. I think it's a girl. Don't ask me why. I'm going to put here, here. I wanted the animals of the Into the Woods farm. I actually wanted all of them to be here. And like the where is she? The deer. I wanted the deer, but she's a bit too big. But okay, to peek behind the barn, like, oh, I'm a bit scared. And I wanted her to stir the pot. The witch pot. I thought maybe if I can stamp the witch pot here, she is stirring in the witch pot. Is that nice? I think that's nice. Yeah, I'm going to do that. She's going to be in there. No, yeah, I'm going to do it like that. This one is going to be here, here, and then I want the scary, I think they're scary. This one is going to be behind here, like the tree, like a very scary tree. And I have these also from the Into the Woods collection. I think I can place one or two behind the squirrel and the pot. And I have this one. It's called a raaf in Dutch. I actually don't know the English word. So if you know the English word for me, and when I see the English word, it might be like, oh yeah, that's it. And maybe it's not a scarecrow, right? It's something else. It's a very big crow. We call it a raaf. We can do that here. And we can place this one here. And I do have some bats, which we can use all over the page. Now, this is my idea. I'm not ready with the rest. So now you know what I'm going to do. Raven. Yeah, Raven. Yeah, of course, Raven. It's always the case, right? When you see something and you're like, oh yeah, of course, Raven. It's even a girl's name, isn't it? I'm going to emboss the spider web. I'm going to emboss it in silver. Raven. Yeah, I said it right? Raven. This is just a metallic silver embossing powder, nothing fancy. It's just a simple embossing powder. Let's see how I want it, and I can cut off the rest. Or I would just do it like this for now and cut the rest off later. And I want this done in silver. Let's see if that works. If not, we will see. Oh. I always forget that the embossing powder should be put back as well. And I'm going to remove it from some places. So it's not going to be silver all over, but you will see a bit of black as well. There we go. This is going back. Meltable glitter. There you go. Yeah, I think this will be fun. I think this will be okay. I need my heat gun again because it's meltable power, so I have to melt it, and I have to heat it to make it hot first. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, it's always nice to give somebody inspiration, and you can use those techniques for all kinds of projects. You don't need to do a Halloween project for the techniques. I always think this is a bit magic, working with embossing powder. It's a bit magical. There we go. Yeah, that works. That works great. Now I want to emboss everything. Let's not do that. Yeah, this is great. That's going to be there. Great. Now I have to do the graves and the squirrel. Where's my squirrel? Where is she? Here she is. I have to color them. And I can use my distress crayons for that. And I have where is it? I have more distress inks as well. Good. Oh, this is going to be a fun project. This is going to be good. I love it when something what's in your head turns out great. I used, well, what did I use? Vintage photo or a light brown and the pumice stone again. Why? I just love the pumice stone on these kinds of projects. Oh, I almost tore that one up. Didn't mean to do that, but happens. I'm going to make it look old. That works great. Yeah. Look at that. This is so much fun to do. Yeah. Good. That's that. That's the squirrel. Yeah. That's great. That's great. The squirrel. How are we going to do the squirrel? We can paint with distress inks, and that's not so difficult. Take some ink and some water and a brush and you can color. Quite easy, right? Yeah. She is so cute. I love the little squirrel. But I think we have a, yeah, it's still comment, like and share. No, it's not being skipped, Antoinette. It's really like, it's still there. It's still possible to comment, like and share this video. We have a team deer and a team squirrel, I heard. I don't know, I like them both. So, I want it to be a bit darker. You don't need a lot to color. Just a bit of ink, a bit of water, and you have a paint. Okay, a bit of pumice stone for the belly. I make it look easy. Yeah, that's what I said a couple of years ago when I started doing this. This is a lot of practice, especially when you go live like this time without any practice at all. It's a matter of a lot of practice, and it doesn't always work out the way you want to. But on the other hand, all the people who are watching are not doing everything perfect or at once as well. So yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? And I'm a very, very fast I color very fast. I know I do. Because I don't have the patience to color. It just has to be a color. That's it. I'm going to let her dry. I'm going to make this a bit darker. With the ink. Yeah, that's better. Then I can see it better. Yeah, I don't have the time to color as well, Angela. It's like it's too much and I don't have time. It just has to be that color, period. I'm going to glue everything down. And I'm going to make this fit. Where's my glue? Here. Oh, Diana, thank you. Yeah, I love the lives as well, and I always get inspired by everybody who goes live. And why not? That's why we do it, right? To let people see what you can do with all those fun products. Because if you have it, use it. I always say use what you've got. You don't have to, well, I think you don't have to buy everything. But if you do buy something, just use it. Because it's so much fun. This is the back of the paper. I'm going to make holes in it later again. So they will be back. Yeah, and I love sharing all the techniques I know. I have a whole lot of them in my palette, so because I love doing mixed media and I don't want to make it too difficult when I do a live. I only have an hour. But what I can show you, I show you. And I'm not using the most expensive products like the modeling paste or something like that. That usually is not too expensive. Normally, I don't know what the prices are in your country, but normally it's quite all right. I didn't cut it quite straight, but that's the thing with mixed media. You can always solve it. And it's going to be in a planner like this, so it's quite right. Where is the stamp set here? The witch pot. Where's my ink? Ah. My daughter is coming home from her sports and I told her not to ring the bell. And she does that quite good. There we go. Let me see. I'm sorry if I'm working quite low. Otherwise I can't see anything. Ah, great pot. The squirrel is stirring the pot. Why not? She will be here. And this is also me. When I'm almost done, I don't want to finish. Even when I'm almost done, I'm always adding something or changing something. And maybe tomorrow when I wake up, I will change something again. But the squirrel is stirring the witch pot. That's okay. I will glue her down as well. Yeah, singing. Oh, I can be in a flow when I do this. When I'm alone and I'm really liking what I'm doing and I'm like, oh, I can really be in a creative flow and I can't even hear what my husband says anymore. He's like, hello, hello. And I'm like, hi. Oh, I forgot the scarecrow. But I can lift it up a bit. Yeah. There we go. Absolutely not realistic, but that makes it fun. Glue, not on my lap. Glue on my pens. So maybe the scarecrow is going to attack the squirrel. Uh-oh. Okay, sorry. I had to do that. Quite annoys me. I think the scarecrow is going to attack the squirrel. Ah, look at that. Oh, I always have so much fun doing this. And it's the first year I'm making Halloween projects, but I love making them. Never ever done it before, but why not? Oh. I'm going to cut it up here. Yeah, into the bubble. Yeah, exactly. That's how you call it. Going into the bubble, and I don't hear anything anymore. On the other hand, when I'm not very inspired, or if I don't know what to make, then I'm always like, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, oh, and I'm going to watch YouTube videos or whatever. And I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. That can get very... It doesn't happen often, but if it happens, I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. And I want to do something. And it kind of helps to go through your stuff and look at what you have and choose 1 or 2 items. And start working with that. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is nice. The grapes are going to be on here. Like here. Yeah. And this is when everything should be coming together. And I think it does. Kind of. Look. Yeah. Going to cut this up. There we go. Then what did we say? Oh yeah, the witch. The witch. Where's my witch? Hi, honey. It's my daughter. I couldn't pick her up, and it's quite dark outside, so I said walk fast, go home straight away after your sports. Let me see, the witch is going to be in front of the moon, of course. Of course. Yep. Yeah, don't you think those plants are a bit creepy? I thought they would be perfect for this. I think they're a bit creepy. Yeah, this one is going to be up there. To the Halloween palette, I think. This is from the Into the Woods collection. It's one of the die cut sets with this one. And I thought they would be perfect for this page. And they are. Okay. Let me see how I should place them around the hole, I think. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. There we go. It's really a fun page. I also have, can use this one here, maybe. Oh, the raven. Yeah, fly traps. Yeah, Yvonne. They do. They do it. This is too much. I don't think I need the raven to be there. I will use it for another project. I have some bats also. There we go. I have a few more. There can be one here in front of the spider web. This is so much fun to do. Oop. On the roof, on the roof. Do we need one more? Do I have one more? I should have one more, but of course it's lost. I think I have 3 or 4 of them, but somewhere, not here. somewhere on my desk. I also have this. Oh, rest in peace thing. I can use it as well, of course, or I can use the letters or on the barn. I do have the P somewhere. I have the P somewhere. I will look it up later. I can do that here. What I do want to add, is it time? Yeah, it's time. Yeah, it's also a great fireworks stencil, definitely. These are the mica flakes from Tim Holtz. I can put them on the barn. Under the gravestones. Do I have the P there? No. Oh, there. Oh, yeah. That's, oh, you are good. Is it too much to add another one? Or, no, I think it's too much on this page. If there's going to be one, it's going to be here. Maybe on the broom. Yeah, the raven could be here, but yeah, true. The raven could be there. Very good idea. Thank you. I have some mica flakes and I want to put them on the roof. I have some gel medium. I will glue that down in a minute. I have the scarecrow attacking the squirrel. Yeah, and the raven is going to be caught by the is going to be caught by the plant. This is fun. This is so much fun. I'm going to add a bit of gel medium here and there, and put some mica flakes on there. Let's see if that works. And probably I will probably have mica flakes in this room for about 2 weeks now, but I think they're fun to work with. Oh, my RIP. The P is missing. I will find it. And it might be here on the, I will edit here. A bit more glue. The gel medium will dry. You won't see it. It won't shine, and you won't see it anymore. It will dry up clear. And I'm almost done. I'm going to finish it. I think the plant wants to eat the raven. We are going for that. There we go. Maybe I will add a bit more later on. Might be done. Where did my bed go? You see things earlier than I do, because you were looking from above. My bed disappeared. Somewhere. I will find it again. It will be okay. Now, yeah, the raven is going to be on there. There will be another bed here. And I think we have our double page. Okay, good. Yeah, a little shock of horrors planned, Judy. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It fits this whole Halloween scene perfectly. Well, thank you very much for watching. I had so much fun making this, and thank you for watching me. And I see you. I will go live again in this group, I'm sure, in a couple of weeks, and I will see you then maybe, and otherwise in the Facebook group. Goodbye.